Good morning. Welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia, and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. Today we are in the house. We're going to do quite a few things in the house. My loofah sponges, they need replacing, and our loofah have dried. You just saw that I picked some leeks outside, so we're going to go ahead and dehydrate them. I have been picking the leeks little by little, the bigger ones, picking them to allow the little ones to get a little bit bigger. That's my hope, that they get a little bit bigger. And that seems to be happening because I picked leeks probably 2 weeks ago when I posted my potato and leek soup video. So I will link that somewhere in case you are interested. So we are going to clean some leeks, dehydrate some leeks. We are going to process some loofah. And I'm probably gonna make me some fried broccoli, because listen y'all, because I had to harvest this broccoli head. It was opening. And so there's just some water in this cup. It's how I keep it hydrated for a good while after I take it out of the garden so that it doesn't start to get mushy and soft, and it works well. There's more broccoli out in the garden that I probably could harvest, but I'm gonna try to wait until I get like 2 or 3 if they don't start opening up. I'm gonna wait until I can get about 2 or 3, and then I'm going to preserve those. I'm going to blanch them, I'm going to flash freeze them, and then I'm going to save them, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and wash these leeks off really good, get all the dirt off, and then we're gonna take the roots and everything off to put them in the dehydrator, and then store them in a jar. These are the leeks from the last time that I processed leeks. Like, I got a whole jar of leeks. Pretty excited about that. Okay, so we are about to get started. I forgot my knife. I'm always forgetting something. So we're gonna get started. This is my first year growing leeks. If you're not new here, you know that this is my first year growing leeks. I'm so excited. I do believe I left some of these too long. If you can see right there, it looks like it started to split. We still gonna use them. So I'm gonna pull out the outer leaf off. I'm gonna pull off the outer leaves. So like the ones that have a little bit of yellow, because you can use the whole leek, like leaves and all. But like I said, I think I left these too long, and that's okay. I have a bag over here. I'm putting this chair beside me because all of this will go into the compost pile outside to grow us some more leeks. So we're gonna cut the bottom off. And as I understand it, I probably could replant this. I'm not gonna do that. It's cold outside, so I'm not trying to give myself no more work. There's still a little bit of dirt in here too, so we'll probably have to rinse it. And it's not really dirt, it's more like leaves, because I have leaves covering. So it's not the best leek, but it's good enough for me. For first time growing, like, I'm excited about that. And so I'm just gonna cut them. We're gonna turn this board over now because got some dirt on it. And we're just gonna cut them. I pulled all the dirt off mostly. Let's re-rinse this real quick, since we are going to be preserving them. So we're just gonna cut them into little pieces. And I'm gonna try to cut them all close to the same width so that they can all dehydrate kind of at the same rate. So, new thing that's happening here, and not really here, but for me, is I started a new vlog channel. So I know people over here like to watch the vlog. However, I don't think it's enough people to keep my algorithm from not playing tricks on me. So I started a new vlog channel. If you are interested and, you know, still watching vlogs, the channel is called Essentially Asia, and it has been live. I haven't said anything because I'm working on it. So we are putting these on the tray, layer them 1 layer on the tray, and then we're going to put them in the dehydrator and let them dry. Happy New Year. How rude of me. Like, I don't even think I said Happy New Year in this video yet. Happy New Year. I hope everyone has like a wonderful 2024. What are y'all thinking about growing next year that you did not grow this year? Like, what's something that you didn't grow this year and you like, I'm definitely gonna grow that next year? I'm trying to think on mine. I'm not really sure, but I keep hearing about this Cutshaw, I think, Cutshaw squash. And someone was going to give me seeds before, and I was like, well, I only kind of want to grow things that I know we'll eat. And so I did not take those seeds. But Broke Farmer had a live a little while ago, and they were talking about Cutshaw squash, and I know Homestead Heart grows them too. So I may try and grow some Cutshaw squash this year, this coming year, and see if we like it, see if it's something we'll eat. I'll probably only grow like 1 or 2 plants just to be safe in case like we don't like it. We're not big like winter squash eaters anyway. I think it's a winter squash. Is it a winter squash? No, I don't know. Anyway, we're not big winter squash eaters if it is a winter squash. So, we'll see. I don't know that I'm going to use the whole top of this. It's feeling a little crunchy. It's feeling a little crunchy, y'all. So, we'll see. But what y'all going to grow next year that you didn't grow? What was your favorite thing that you grew this year? What was your favorite thing that you grew? My favorite thing that I grew, and y'all going to be like, that's not a vegetable. It was growing out my quail. Like actually getting a quail flock, and now I actually have 2. Someone asked me if I had kept any. I did. I ended up keeping 7 indoors, and I'm gonna try to work on like giving them an environment that they would like adding some grass and some leaves and some sticks and things like that. Since they are inside, they're not like the ones outside, and so I'm gonna see about giving them, you know, a little bit of an environment they would like to be in. So that is like, that's what I'm most excited that I grew this year. And like I have a flock going, 2 flocks going. My quail inside are now laying. I posted about that the other day. So like just very, very excited to have them now and have it set up. If you aren't new here, you know how long I've been working on trying to get a quail flock on my little urban homestead. I am quite excited about that. And so let's talk about what I'm not going to grow again next year. I'm not growing passion fruit vines. I don't think my season is long enough for it. And so while the vines and the leaves were very pretty, I didn't get anything out of it. Although I hear that chickens like passion fruit vine, but I'm not going to take up space for that. I'm just going to be honest about that. So what's something you grew that you were like, I'm not growing that again this year? This could have definitely been a live, y'all. I didn't even think about that. I could have did a live this morning, but I hadn't told y'all about it. So yeah, the tops of these on all of them aren't looking good. So I'm gonna just go ahead and cut the top off of that one. You know what I did the other day? You know what I did? I had brought celery for that leek soup, and I told y'all too that I'm not a celery eater. I dehydrated that celery. Like, I'm getting all into this preserve your food, don't waste your food. Like, I put that celery in that dehydrator, and now when I want to make leek soup, potato and leek soup again, I will already have some celery because I dehydrated it. And I'm probably going to grow celery next year for that purpose. Not just for leek soup, but you know, for the fact that I know it flavors food very well. And I was like, okay, that leek soup was delicious. Me and my daughter ate it until it was gone. Like, we ate all of that. I need to rinse this because the top pieces do have a little bit of dirt in them. Oh, I'm gonna go rinse these. Okay. So we got a tray, which I'm fine with. I know people probably think, you know, like that's not a lot. But in an urban homestead, you will find that you will have to do small batches of things. But those small batches of things will turn into a good amount of preserved food. Someone had asked me that before. They were like, do you even preserve enough food? Like, do you preserve a lot of food? You really do preserve a good amount. You just have to be okay with preserving a small amount at a time. So I start out with 8 minutes and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I come and check, and if they aren't dry at that time, I just turn them back on for like another 2 or 3 hours. I just play around with it. I'm not an expert at dehydrating, but I definitely do it. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is process some Luffa gourds. This one, the bottom already fell off of because they're dry. None of these were dry, completely dry when I brought them in the house. But they all sat in the laundry room and dried. And now you can see the seeds are coming out. I don't have a lot of seeds, so they may not have been very mature, which is fine. And then you can just peel the outer casing off to get to the loofah. Now, I saw somebody on Instagram dip it in water and it came off really easy. So I'm gonna try that. But yeah, it comes off really easy. And then you have your loofah sponge. But apparently his came off much easier. So I'm gonna dip it in some water and see, y'all. I use these for taking showers. They lather up very nicely. And I use them for washing pots and pans. I use them to clean my eggs. I use them for all of that. I think it's super cool that like you can make your own, grow essentially your own sponges. And all of this will go into the compost pile just like the stuff from the Leeks. So, see? A loofah sponge. And there are still seeds in here. They just didn't fall out. But I'm gonna rinse it anyway. But see, look at all of those seeds you can get from one loofah. And I got a lot of seeds last year too. And I wanna try and make the sponges that Bree, I think her name is Bree Ellis. She cuts them and then she uses yarn to sew them into like an actual sponge shape. And I think that's super cool. All right, we're gonna take the bottom off of this one. Let the seeds fall. Look at that. You know how many loofah plants I could plant with all of these seeds? A lot. We're gonna go dip this in some water and see what happens. I'm interested to see if it makes it easier. I think I'm gonna do like warm water. Let's see. Oh, it sure does. Look how easy that's coming off, dipping it in water. He was right. A friend sent him to me, and I cannot remember his name on Instagram, but I'm gonna try to look it up when I'm finished and put it on the screen. Cause look at that, y'all. Look how easy that came off, dipping it in water. If there's still seeds in it now, that might be a problem. Oh, nice. Very nice. Okay. I like that method. All right, well, we're gonna keep it moving. You hear the seeds shaking? And a lot of these were not 100% mature. Just remember that. They don't have to dry on the vine outside. They don't. You can bring them in. They can still be green. And you can still harvest the loofah once they dry. So there, I put them in my laundry room. Down in the laundry room, you know, it's a dry place. Not a lot of sun. Not a lot of sun in most of my house. How exciting. We're gonna get this done and then I'm gonna eat me some fried broccoli, dude. All right, so there's another one. So one thing that can happen is they can start to grow mold, so we won't use that if you let them dry in the house. So look at that loofah sponge, and I can use it to clean dishes. I can use it to, you know, clean things around the house, the baseboards. I can use it for any of that kind of stuff, and it works just like a sponge. We got our loofah sponges done. Now this is a plant that's super cool, and I absolutely would tell people to try it. It does get a big vine. Like the vine is huge and it's somewhat evasive, I guess. Like it's gonna go wherever it wants to go. You're gonna have to put it back where it needs to be. But it doesn't live all year long. So once it dies, it dies. It's not coming back next year and continuing to invade your garden. So I love growing it. I grow it on the trellis when you first come into the garden. I may move it this year and put it somewhere else. Who knows? But loofah's pretty much very cool. Another thing that I have seen, and you may know about it. It may be something that you do. I've seen people peel them before they're dry, like green, and then cut them and let them lay out to dry. So, maybe that's an option too. But I've just doing what I've been doing. But yeah, I've seen people do that too. So we'll see. This is my second year successfully growing loofah, I believe. Last year I talked so bad about my loofah plants all summer long, and then they just started growing loofah. So I'm pretty excited about that. So this is a loofah sponge from last year, and this one is not as much on its last leg as my bathing loofah. That's the one I use to clean eggs and clean dishes with. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about, having loofah, being able to grow my own sponges. If you don't grow them, grow them. They're exciting and fun to grow. And then after that, it gives you all the seeds you need to grow it several more times. I have seeds from last year I still have. So, with that being said, if you want some loofah seeds, let me know. I will mail you some. I have so many loofah seeds, I will never be able to use them. You will have to message me on Instagram, or you'll have to send me an email. But I'll send you some loofah seeds if you want them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about things going on in the garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.